Hello and welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don Pelto here today. I'm going to go over a little bit today about requesting. I'd humbly ask you to join me for a strategy session if you're watching any of these. I think it would be a fun time for us to get to know each other and chat and see if we can learn something together. I'll give you an update on the podcast, some of the podcasts that were done this last week. Some interesting information about Google reviews, kind of a neat example I saw from a local provider. And then this address verification, this goes down to this newsletter thing that we put together. Here's the newsletter and how we had to verify the addresses, and then a new idea for an after surgery sticker. Okay, so let's get into it. This is an example of a website. Now I'll take you to the website in a little bit. It says what patients say about Greendale physical therapy. And here's the review. And if you click the button, it actually goes back to Google Maps, which is actually where the Google reviews sit for this. I thought that was kind of a neat idea. You can do this. It has a little link to their other online reviews as well. I thought this was a great idea, a way of using this as content on your website, taking those reviews, putting it on your website. It's good for keyword, but it's also for credibility. So I've seen some people, they kind of have a tab, a specific tab where they have all the reviews, but who's really going to go look at the reviews? It's better to put it on the individual pages. There's another way of doing it. It's called it's ELF something or other. It's one that I use on my Kajabi site. I'll show you that in a sec as well. This is this address lookup thing. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times the addresses we have in our medical record, they're all wrong, and you need to put them in something like this. I'll give you the website. If you're doing a newsletter, you have to scrub the list. Basically, you can only put addresses in there that have this universal code. They have the zip code +4. And if you have the wrong address, you won't get the discount. So we're using a third-party person sending these out, and they actually removed many addresses, and we did our best to get the addresses, but some of the addresses were just incorrect, and I couldn't send it to some of these referral doctors. Remember, we're sending it to the referral doctors once a month, and kind of having some learning experiences with that. And this is a kind of a close-up. This is a sticker I had someone print. I used Fiverr to develop it and to print it. Actually, Fancy Hands, I emailed it to Fancy Hands. They found someone to print it for me. These little stickers, I put this on the back of my business card, and it says after surgery tips. And because I've been getting some questions, mostly about inguinal and toenail surgery, people having some questions, and so I want to go over that. So let's get into it here, and here we go. So here it is to request a strategy session. I put the link underneath here. Just schedule it with me. I think it'd be fun. We can discuss practice management, clinical workflows, anything that you want to chat about, or just get to know me, or I want to get to know you. That's the most fun part. If anyone also is interested in coming to visit the office, I think that would be so much fun. It's just, I think a lot of us are busy, but if any of you guys come to Massachusetts, come on and seek me out. I think that would be lots of fun here. Next here, join Podiatry Practice Mastery. I put the link underneath it. If you haven't joined, do what you can while it's free. Jim's thinking about raising the price for this thing eventually. I'm blaming Jim, but it'd probably be both of us. It's a lot of work for a hobby, and hopefully I can give you guys enough value that it would justify that price for it. So that's coming up. The podcast, I have 2 ratings. I would love 3 ratings or 4 ratings next time I do this. But this has just been fun. Okay, so this is the update for that's come right now, because I'm recording this a week in advance. You can listen to it on Apple iTunes. Doing a lecture for dancers. This is talking about a lecture that I'm going to be doing for a dance studio, and I use this Google Doc right here to request kind of input of what they want to learn about. I talk here about Todoist. So this is something I recommend. It's actually on my screen all the time. There's good ways of making good use of Todoist to call patients. That's what I'm talking about specifically. How I plan my week, the way I use strategic coach things. I've had some tips and techniques. You can listen to that. And then how to use a virtual assistant for delegation. So those are all in the podcast. I think you guys might like that. This is the Greendale website. Greendale's, I refer to a lot of PT for them. But what I really like about this website, this is just a regular website for their location, but they also use this website to put these reviews. So they put the reviews, patient's name, and they have links back to Google Maps. That was a neat idea. Okay, so they're actually using all the reviews, and it's just working great. And here's their Google Maps. and here's the review right there, and this is where it shows from. Now, if they're a little bit older, you might want to try something else. There's kind of a neat idea. I don't think I've shown this to you guys. You probably know, but on my blog, Dr. Pelto, I've done something similar to this, not on this main page here, but it's actually within my courses. If you go to any one of the courses, it's going to have the book offering, but it also has what patients are saying. So basically, it's taking the newest Google reviews and pulling them right from the reviews and putting them specifically. And this is, I think this is with ELF Insights. I think that's the name of it. I'll put it underneath this video if you're interested. Also, here is this thing called Smarty Streets. You can use any number of one of these, but you put in the name, address, city, zip code, and it'll give you the proper address, because many times the address is incorrect. So especially if you're thinking about doing a newsletter, that might be an option for you. And then finally, this is the link where that little sticker goes to, that QR code, drpelto.com/surgery. And I just basically take the same header right here, all the tools for surgery recovery, after surgery kit. Once again, it has the testimonials right here that pull up automatically. And this is the quick start guide. So if you've had in-office surgery, here's about nail procedure matrix, wart and biopsy, and hospital after surgery instructions, icing, staying off your feet. Amazon recommendations. These are different ways that I have a link. And once again, remember this is an Amazon affiliate. And so it has like this boot, cam boot, knee walker, things like that in there. And then finally, I have some videos here, what to do after a toenail matrixectomy. So see, these are some of the videos that people tend to have a lot of questions about, like matrixectomy, how to work out, and then different, like how to go to the beach after surgery, and then just some fun things, how to distract yourself after surgery. This is a playlist that I put together about healthy living tips and just ways to occupy my patients. So that's about it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this session of Podiatry Practice Mastery. Please give me your tips and tell me if you like it, what you don't like, and what I can do better for you. Okay,